Alright, here we go. We have ourselves some more Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, though this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Let's do it. So last time we talked to Billy and me about some of the things going on about the murder of Mr. Zealot. So I think we wrapped up there. We had our Megatama tutorial. So let's see, what is on the docket here for us to do? Let's see, court record, investigate the second murder, talk to Believe about the family photo, we did that. Talk to those related to the incident. Okay, so Maya is once again the suspect. So does this count twice? Has she been a suspect like 4 times now? In the murder of Pure Zealot. And so we got to figure out what's going on with that. Let's go to the detention center, because I think Phoenix mentioned that is somewhere we haven't been yet. Yeah. May 11th, detention center. Maya sure looks tired. I'm so sorry, Maya. I failed to defend you during that trial earlier today. I'm sorry too, Nick. I never meant to get caught up in this whole mess. Even worse, I got you caught up in it too. And you were convicted under that stupid law. Nick, you should really withdraw from this case. Maybe they'll even commute your sentence if you do. I could never abandon you like that. You might not believe me, but I'm going to pull off a win, somehow. It's not like I don't believe in you, it's just... Don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down. You'll see. Okay. You thinking about that over there? You're awfully quiet, your benevolence. It is only a matter of time until your executions are carried out. I simply thought I would allow you to good talk before you depart from this world. Sorry, but we're not giving up yet. And we won't till the bitter end. There is no need to put on a brave face. Your fates were sealed with today's verdict. Worry not, Maya Fey. The Twilight Realm will cleanse the taint from the neophyte practitioner's soul. Then perhaps the Holy Mother may finally forgive her. Wait, was that her attempt at comforting me? Bobhead, further resistance shall come to naught. Stop your desperate struggle, accept the judgment that has been passed upon you. She obviously doesn't know me very well. Then, perhaps your sentence will be commuted and... Hold it right there, your benevolence. Why do you always have to be like that? But Maya, what are you... What is the matter? I was simply showing some mercy upon your souls. Nick here is risking his life to defend me. And that is why I told you it will come to... No, it won't! Nick is just doing what lawyers are supposed to do. He's defending his client, no matter what. Enough. There is no place for lawyers in the Hall of Justice. It's quite a statement. For we have the divination seance. But your insights were wrong. Oh! Medium fight. Oh boy, that's gotta hurt. Don't you get it? Errors are bound to happen if your insights are accepted without question. So I ask you, Royal Priestess, what is your true duty? Do the victims' souls or the Holy Mother herself wish you to judge people in error? Oh, you dare bring Her Holiness's name into this? You know nothing, you phony baloney! Please, you two, enough already. Again, I love her insults when she gets really flustered. Sorry, Nick. I got a little carried away. That's not really like me, huh? No, I should be thanking you, Maya. It's good to have you in my corner. How dare you mock me so? You will not get away with this. I was a fool to show you compassion, and to think I could convince you to accept your fate. So struggle all you want in the Hall of Justice tomorrow. You will receive your just deserts, as the scorn of our kingdom is heaped upon you. I can see straight through that contorted smile on your face, you know. She may say these terrible things, but it's just the way she was raised, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's an awful priestess. Alright, let's talk to Maya some more. You want to see my attorney's badge? Oh, hey! Oh, we already said it. Yeah, we already did that. Her whole congrats on getting your badge back thing. Anyway, let's talk about Zealot's murder. Could you try to remember what happened one more time? I've been trying as hard as I can, but I can't remember anything from the middle of the right onward. Oh, right. You suddenly felt sleepy, and everything after that's a blank. Even so, I didn't kill anyone, and I'm not the one going around dressed like Lady Kira. Rayfa's my favorite new character so far. I like her development. Yeah, I do too, actually. I actually do really like Rayfa. She's awful in an entertaining way. Although, it's kind of cool to think there's a mysterious female vigilante out there. Hey, who's to say it's a female vigilante? That is a pretty concealing robe. You know? Right. Puree Zealot. Were you close to Acolyte Zealot? We met several times during the meetings about the rite, but I didn't know him very well. He seemed pretty quiet. Didn't you eat together the day before the rite? Yeah, we ate this one super stinky dish, but it was actually really good. Oh yeah, that's that dish that gives you the energy to do the prayer for the multiple days. Also, she is again holding the knockoff Steel Samurai, the Italian Spider-Man Steel Samurai. So, what is that about? I want to know. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but it was love at first bite. Like, you know the salty noodles at Eldune's Noodles? Hey, Eldune's Noodles got mentioned again. Guy Eldune. I wish he'd come back. I liked him. It's like if you added garlic and herbs to that and then let it simmer for a really long time. That actually does sound kind of good. Sounds more like a hot pot than ramen to me at that point. Wait, ramen? What is this? The Japanese version? Now I miss ramen too. What? Maya's talking about ramen? What about hamburgers, Maya? You gotta eat your hamburgers, Apollo. So what was Acolyte Zealot like while you were eating? He seemed to be enjoying the food, but as soon as we were done, he left to go pray. And what did you do? I returned to the temple to prepare for the rite. That coincides with Mrs. Inme's description of events. Lady Kira's identity. Any idea who might be pretending to be Lady Kira? When the rite started, it was just me and Abbot Inme. But the seance vision showed a third figure who looked like Lady Kira. I know. Lady Kira. I wish I could have seen her in the flesh. Yeah. Let's stay focused on the case, shall we? It was supposed to have been impossible for a third party to enter the inner sanctum. But what if she came from the sky? You know, like that bushy, bearded paratrooper. That mountain would have been no match for Lady Kira's wings. That's from the Plumed Punisher TV show, right? How'd you know? Because the real Lady Kira doesn't have wings. Get your lore straight, Maya. I thought you were a super fan. Oh, I've got it this time. There must be a secret room with a secret door at the inner sanctum. Oh no. Man, if anybody else has read Umineko no Naku Koroni or When the Seagulls Cry, I'm getting flashbacks to that. We're gonna get some red truths about there being no secret rooms pretty soon here. It's a locked room mystery battler. Did you know there are 88 secret Plumed Punisher bases here in Kurine? Huh? Is that from the show too? can we please stop talking about the Plumed Punisher show for a sec, Maya? I guess so. Keeping it real was much harder than it looks. Well, I should get going now. I know that happened because I ran into things to say, but that was actually pretty funny. The timing on that. Maya, keep it real. Okay, I'm out of here. You suck, Maya. Sorry I wasn't any help. Don't worry, I've got this. We'll beat the charges tomorrow and be on the first plane back home before you know it. Then we'll go grab dinner at El Dunes, or your favorite burger joint. You pick. Sounds good. I think I'll get the extra large Hamburg steak topping on my salty bowl. Best of both worlds. You can have whatever you like, but first I have to beat the charges. I almost forgot. What is it? I have a favor to ask. Okay. Why are we whispering? Oh, I thought my headphones were going out for a second there. I forgot I left something at the High Priest's house. It's super important. Would you mind getting and holding onto it for me? Sure. So what's this super important thing? In my bag, you'll find a folding book. It's only given to the priestess who performs the rite. It's called the Tome of Secrets. That does sound super important. Kind of like a Harry Potter book. How could you leave something like that just laying around? That explains all the whispering. If Rafa found out, all heck would break loose. Oh no. Phoenix, you're giving me the vapors here. Such language. Look, it's got Lady Kira's real name written in it, so... Oops! Don't tell anyone I told you that. In fact, just forget I said anything at all. It's supposed to be a secret. The Tome of Secrets contains secrets? Imagine that. What are you two whispering about? Nothing. It's just she forgot something, so I told her I'd go get it. You are up to something. I just know it. Thanks, Nick. I'm counting on you. Alright, cool. Right. So we gotta go get the Tome of Secrets from the High Priest's house. Man, I just want to gush over. I love this checklist because it makes investigation sections so much easier. So I'm not just randomly walking around having dead air of me going, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? Now I know where to go. Let's go to the High Priest's house. May 11th. High Priest's house. Hello? Anybody home? No answer. Mrs. Enmy's probably out right now. Hey, in is out. Ho ho ho. Well, I'll just get what I came for. I am watching you like a warbod, Barbed Head. You had better not steal anything. I would never do something like that. I'm just here to get what Maya asked for. Then get on with it. I would if you'd stop interrupting me. I would like to nominate Rafa as a honorary actual companion and say that she is pretty great as a companion. I like antagonistic companions, like that very brief moment at the end of the third Phoenix Wright game where you have Francisco with you. That was great. Oh, there's the picture again. It's that family photo they took. Mrs. Enmy said it was taken the day before the rite. I don't suppose any of them could have possibly imagined what was to come. That's right. I'm on. Welcome on. All right. Oh yeah, her bag. Ah, here's Maya's bag. What is that strange patch on her bag? It's the Steel Samurai. He's the hero of an action hero show back in my country. It's actually Maya's favorite show. She's got all sorts of merchandise related to it. Also, I defended the lead actor who was accused of murder once. I wonder if I'm going to mention that. I see. He looks strikingly similar to the Plumed Punisher. They're similar, but the Steel Samurai definitely came first. You know it's me. I know it's you. I know it's you. I see. How interesting. Rafa seems genuinely intrigued. There must be a common thread between Plumed Punisher and Steel Samurai fans. Oh man. Oh. Please tell me Edgeworth shows up in this game and he and Rafa can be closet Steel Samurai fans together. Come to think of it, didn't Maya mention something about trading with a Plumed Punisher fan? But I digress. I better find what she asked me to look for and get going. Let's see here. This must be that Tome of Secrets that Maya was talking about. Am I just grabbing a giant book that says the Tome of Secrets out in front of Rafa? Tome of Secrets added to the court. I guess so. Ignore me, Rafa! Not look over in the corner for a second. Well, Bobtad, are you finished now? Hold on a second. The string around it is coming undone. Oops! Ah! Oh. Ah! You fool! Do not lay eyes upon it! Put it away, quickly, before we go blind. Relax. My hand just slipped. This is the Tome of Secrets. Are you trying to get us cursed? Lady Kira is liable to swoop down and gouge our eyes out. Oh, right. This book is related to Lady Kira, isn't it? Your Benevolence, would you mind if I asked you some questions? Okay. Can I look at the Tome of Secrets real quick, though? Yeah. The priestess acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is Imsan. Imsan. Imsan, okay. Imsan. I'm trying to think if that, like, means anything, but, I don't quite understand. Alright, speaking this name is unforgivable. Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. And there's... okay. So, hang on. Let's see here. So she's got the dagger in her hand, right? And that is the dagger. I'm interested... wait a minute. Is the dagger part of the whole, like, look? Can we look again at the, or did I lose that document? Did that get removed? The original, there's the dagger, but where's the original document that talked about the right? I guess we lost that? Because I was just curious if having the dagger was part of the iconography, but if you look here, the Plumed Punisher is also holding the Warbod dagger. Warbod dagger. The Warbod dagger. And that is the same one. So I guess her having the dagger is just like a thing. I wondered if that was an addition or not, but that appears to be what she fights crime with. Got it. Oh, I remember, don't worry. Alright. Actually, can I present that to Rafa first? You fool, why have you put the Tome of Secrets before me? What's the big deal? Stay back. Come no closer. Hey, this thing's actually pretty useful. Looky here, Your Benevolence. It's the Tome of Secrets. If you do not desist this instant, I shall have you put to death for the crime of blasphemy. Sorry. If looks could kill, I'd already be dead. I'm gonna troll her with the tome. The Tome of Trolling. This is not something I would normally speak about to an outsider such as you. Well, can't you make an exception? If you insist. Nena? Oh, I gotta go to my Wikipedia real quick. I'll be right back. What of this folding book? Yes, I see. This very important tome is bestowed upon the priestesses in the purification rite. Very important? What's written inside? Yes, I see. Really? Is it all right to reveal that? Your Benevolence? Patience. The book contains Lady Kira's true name. Her true name? Is a name really that important of a secret? To a Kurinist priestess, a person's name is one of the most important things to know. Alright. The Lady Kira's real name. What's so important about a name? Without a name, a priestess's voice will fail to reach a person's Pitama. It is much like trying to send a letter without the recipient's address. A spirit can only be identified once you know the deceased's face and name. Oh, I get it. It's like when you see someone in a crowd you recognize, but you don't know their name. It makes it impossible to get their attention. Indeed, you must know a spirit's face and true name before you can commune with it. Conveniently, that's also the same rules of the Death Note. It is the same for Kurinism's most secret art, one that my mother alone may use. The Queen has a secret art? It is something a foreigner such as you could never hope to guess. In Kurinism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the Queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I should pretend this is all new to me. I don't know what a spirit medium is. Besides, I get the feeling she secretly really wants to tell me all about it. The Queen's secret art. Alright. Could you tell me about this secret art of the Queen you spoke of? Come again. Oh, sorry. Maybe we shouldn't talk about this? It is a secret after all, right? It is the secret art of spirit channeling. But I suppose those words are meaningless to you. I'm just surprised how willing you are to tell me about it. A third-rate lawyer could not channel spirits simply by learning of the technique. Third-rate is a bit harsh. I'd even settle for second. What is it? You have the look of a tentacled hag frog upon your face. What the heck is a tentacled hag frog? Spirit channeling... That's where a medium lets a spirit possess her body to return to our world, right? Well now, I see you have done your homework. I guess I studied a bit. With the power of spirit channeling, one can bring back even the most ancient of spirits. It is quite a magnificent power, is it not? Yeah, it can even bring back evil ex-girlfriends. I've never seen her eyes light up like this before. I imagine they're pretty shocked when they come back from ancient times. Indeed. The spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that's brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it's channeled? Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Thus, even heroes and scholars of antiquity can be channeled and directly learned from. Our queens have also used this power to help the rulers of neighboring lands seek counsel. That is why we have never been invaded, and how we have maintained our unique culture. So, spirit channeling is a really effective tool for international politics. It is indeed. And that is why only those with the power to channel spirits may rule our kingdom. But of late, there has been an endless influx of illegal immigrants from neighboring lands. Oh no! Rafa, careful! The fools come seeking the same great power as my mother. Illegal immigrants? Google, YouTube, careful, okay? I'm just saying the words they're saying. Yes, it is becoming quite a problem. Some have lost their way in life and look to Kurinism for their salvation. Among them are all those of dubious nature who have been driven from their own lands. Dubious nature? Driven from their own land? Gaspin Payne definitely fit that bill. But they sure weren't treating him like an illegal alien. Okay. Rafa's spiritual power. Based Rafa, can you channel spirits, your benevolence? I am but the royal priestess. There is still much that I must learn. As of now, the divination seance takes me to the very limit of my ability. So her spiritual power doesn't measure up to Maya's. You were just mocking me in your mind, weren't you? Don't be ridiculous. It is written all over your face, you impudent nincompoop. The divination seance was once one of the important roles fulfilled by the queen. That is what my mother taught me when I was little. So the queen can perform the dance of devotion. That'd be a sight to see. Someday I will be a powerful priestess and queen, just like my mother. And the divination seance is a vital part of my training to prepare me for that day. Forgive my ignorance, your benevolence. You shall see. It will not be long before I, too, master the secret art of spirit channeling. I will be a magnificent queen who unites her people for the greater good of Kurain. Now I see. Spirit channeling is something she really aspires to. I'm gonna ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Looks like she actually has something in common with Maya. Are you quite through now? There are more important things to do than to stand here and talk about spirit channeling. And that's true. It doesn't have anything to do with this case, as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell. No. Or does it? Or does it? Da-da-da-da. Yeah. If the queen is a spirit medium, are you about to suggest that my mother was channeling Lady Kira? I guess she saw that one coming. Lawyers are indeed a witless breed. On the day of the rite, my mother was engaged in other duties at the palace. Of course. My mother is a very busy woman, and the idea itself is preposterous. Do you truly believe the Queen of Kurain would personally battle the insurgents? That sounds kind of sweet. That is precisely what makes you third-rate. Ooh! Another dead end. This is bad. Anyway, I need to continue looking for leads, so... Over there, after him! Don't let him escape! What is all that racket? Oh, is it, Dad's Ball? What? That escaped prisoner has surfaced here in town. Escaped prisoner? She's the killer. You think Rafe is the killer? I mean, that guy with the bushy beard? There is no reason to panic. The police are on his trail. I love how threatening he looks here. He's no longer a suspect, but he might know something, considering he was at the scene of the crime. Let's go take a look! Wait. Catch up, Your Highness. May 11th, Kurain Bazaar. Ow! My aching back! I forgot how badly I'd injured it. Ow. I need to do some stretching and exercise more when I get back home. Ah, Mr. Wright. Hey, Albie. That's Aribal. Have you seen... Ow! Are you alright, sir? 1 second. Oh. Ooh. Have you seen that escaped prisoner around here? Oh, so that's why all those police came rushing over here. I heard them saying something about an escaped prisoner disappearing in this area. He disappeared in this area? He couldn't have taken to the air again, could he? Bobbed head. I told you to wait. It's too dangerous for you around here, your benevolence. Mr. Ari Ball could be lurking nearby. What sort of a princess would I be if all it took was an escaped prisoner to frighten me? She's fearless, I'll give her that. I can't be responsible if something happens to you. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well search the area myself. If I were an escaped prisoner, where would I hide? I see it. What's that? A manhole cover? Is a guy wearing a snakeskin jacket and an eye patch gonna pop out of there and fight me? I hope so. That manhole cover, it's open. Right to Chan! Rough, yeah. Whoa, what is it, Shadow? Did he sniff out someone or something in the manhole? Yes! Phoenix Chad! I wonder... Could Shadow track Mr. Eyeball if he had something with the rebel scent on it? I don't know. I feel like I've got something with Mr. Eyeball's scent on it. Something he might have touched. Something with his scent on it. This one? The flag? Is this it? Here, Shadow. How about this? I hope it works. I think he's picked up a scent. You, mind if I borrow Shadow for a bit? By all means. I had no idea you could do this. Yeah, go get him, boy. Your benevolence, I'm heading down the manhole now. It could be dangerous, so please wait here. Wait. Don't worry. I won't commit any of those misdeeds you're so worried about. That is not what I fear. There may be a vicious insurgent looking down there. Oh, are you worried about me? No, I was simply wondering why you would go to such lengths in your investigation. After all, if you would simply withdraw from this case, they might commute your sentence. I'm doing this to prove Maya innocent. But how can you be so sure of the accused's innocence? She has already been found guilty. Don't worry, maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother. Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down. You'll see. Okay. Flashback to something that just happened. I believe in her. If she says she's innocent, then that means she's innocent. Lawyers must trust in their clients to the bitter end. That's just what we do. You lame brain. Do what you will. Well, I'm going in. Let's go, Shadow. Be careful. Oh no. Now the Ace Attorney series is giving us a sewer level. Beloved feature by all gamers is sewer levels, right? Wait, come back here. It's pitch black down here. I can't see a thing. Oh no, wait a minute. He's going down a sewer and he just lost a dog? Oh no, I've played this game a couple years ago. It was called Lost in Vivo. That game was terrifying. Wham! Oh! Oh, ow, ow, ow. What happened? Wait a minute. This is the rebel headquarters from the cutscene. I went down into the manhole and then... Wait, that's him without all the... Oh, you finally came to? Ah! I'd remember that face anywhere. And that dragon symbol on his armband. That's the mark of the rebels. So, I did get accosted by a guy. He wasn't wearing an eye patch, but we did get attacked. There can be no mistake, it's him. That's a rebel. Yikes! Sorry I get a little rough with you back there. Thought you were the cops. Why are you making that face? Hey, you want an apple? Ooh, I thought he was gonna kill me. So he's eating apples now instead of lizards? I'll pass on the apple, but thanks. I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. What is this place? This is the office of my brother-in-arms, Dirk. But right now, we're using it as a rebel safe house. Wait, back up a sec. What kind of office is this exactly? A law office! What else? Really? Dirk used to be a lawyer? Yep, just like you. What? What? Also, that's a big spider back there. So wait a minute. Dirk was a lawyer, huh? Interesting. Interesting. That is a wrinkle that changes a lot in my mind. Huh. I am gonna have to mull over this one. Karine's public enemy number one is an ex-lawyer? I didn't see that coming.
But I don't suppose I'll be coming around here anymore.
He won't? Are you planning to flee or something?
It's just, I want to get out of that rebel business. Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. So I came by today to pick up the last of my stuff.
Really?
I'm gonna sell Dirk's info to the Minister of Justice, then slip out of Karine. Wait a second!
You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that.
Relax, will you? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, and sorry about punching your lights out back there. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer Man, what do you want to know?
Tell me about the murders of the High Priest, Trust in Me, and his acolyte, Pure Zealot.
Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. Don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so...
I wonder how true that really is. Hey, what do you think about attorneys?
Is this a parting gift for me leaving the rebels?
No, you can't keep it. I'll just ask him what I can for now. All right. The High Priest's murder. Tell me everything you know about the High Priest's murder.
Well, as you know, I don't remember much about that. I banged my head on the rock as soon as I parachuted into the inner sanctum.
I know I lied about what happened that night about 37 times in court, but this time I'll tell you the truth for sure. Yeah, why are we believing this guy?
So, when I told you I had nothing to do with his murder, I meant it.
Okay, then, where were you when you came to after banging your head?
By the time I came to, it was already dawn. I must have been out cold the whole time.
So you didn't see the crime happen at all?
You got that right.
Then why did you say you did when you testified? We just went over this.
Oh, about that. Since I didn't remember a thing, I was afraid I'd seem suspicious. So I came up with that whole story.
Does he even realize how much trouble his big fat lie has caused me?
Sorry for the trouble. It was definitely my bad.
He doesn't seem very sorry to me. So the bottom line is you were at the scene of the crime but weren't involved in it. Got it. Dirk the attorney. So Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Yep, he was a force to be reckoned with back when he was still practicing. He was a juggernaut of the law, and as mighty as a dragon. He could strike terror into a prosecutor's heart just by glaring at him. People called it his dragon's glare. He even got criminals to confess and pass out with a well-placed glare.
You've got to be kidding me.
But most important of all, he would never surrender. He'd fight for the accused no matter how the odds were stacked against him.
Is that what you mean by the will of the dragon?
Yep, that would be it. And actually, your work in court yesterday was mighty impressive too. You didn't give up, no matter how hard of a beating you took. Not unlike Dirk, I might add.
Oh, thanks. Even if a big part of that beating I took was because of you.
That's right, buddy. A lot of that is your fault.
I'm not allowed to examine... Oh, no, I am. Never mind. Let's see. What do we got here? Dumplings, food, a book? I think there's a lot we have to look at. Let's look at these lizards first. What are these hanging here? Lizards? If so, they're pretty big.
Those are sewer lizards. We call them that because they live in the sewer.
Wow.
They grow bigger than your average lizard, which makes them fine eating.
Wait, you eat these?
What else would you do with them? Here, try one.
Pass. I'll definitely pass.
You're missing out on a fine treat, my man.
Somehow I think I'll live without it. What about this? There are bowls and platters of food here. They're still warm, as if this was all recently prepared. You must have a pretty big appetite, Mr. Arabal.
Ha! Guys as big and strong as me got even bigger appetites, you know?
But you just fled from the police. I don't know how you could eat this much after all that excitement. Sorry if I offended you.
But first, let's start with an appetizer.
Where's he getting all those apples from?
Want to join me, Mr. Lawyer Man? I got plenty of sewer lizards, too.
But thanks, but I already ate. Yeah. What about this? Is this a law book? A dragon mark's been branded into the cover.
That's Dirk's law book.
Really? The leader of the rebels? That Dirk?
That's right. And that mark of the dragon is the emblem of the rebellion.
Huh. The pages in this one section are really dirty.
It must be the section on the Defense Culpability Act.
Dirk's law book, added to the court record. He must have done a ton of research on the Defense Culpability Act. He practically wore out the entire section. Yeah, that makes sense. What else we got? You guys get electricity?
Yeah, but the power goes out occasionally.
That's pretty inconvenient.
You're telling me. Sometimes it goes out for an entire day.
What about the stuff in the refrigerator?
Why don't you see for yourself?
Forget I asked. I'm afraid of what I might find. Might look like the fridge in Resident Evil 7. Let's see, what do we got over here? This looks like a photo of Dirk and his compatriots. And here's one that looks really old. Wow, this was taken about 20 years ago. How do you know that?
Those are Dirk's sons.
Really? So this is the rebel Dirk in the center? He doesn't look so evil. Why does the guy on the right there look like Apollo? And both of his sons look kind of familiar. And why does the guy on the left look like Nayuta?
The one on the left is Yudi. Oh, but you know him as Prosecutor Sadmati.
Prosecutor Sadmati is Dirk's son?
That he is! Yudi was once a rebel, too. He used to really respect his old man, both as a father and as a lawyer.
Then why'd he become a prosecutor?
Being a lawyer in this kingdom is the same as signing your own death warrant.
On account of the Defense Culpability Act, right?
Yeah, that's why Yudi decided to be a prosecutor instead. He wanted to spark a revolution from the inside, so he dove right into the enemy's den.
I would have never guessed it, looking at him now.
You can say that again. Dirk is battling to change Karine's legal system. The will of the dragon spurs him on. We all thought Yudi was taking up the mantle to carry on that will, too. We were sure he'd helped overthrow Garon one day, but as you've seen, he now uses the law to do her bidding. Dirk's been beside himself.
So he no longer carries the will of the dragon in him, huh? Boy, you are talking very highly of the guy that you just said you're about to sell out. I wonder what happened between father and son for it to come to this. What about the other child in the photo? Yeah, game.
That's Dirk's adopted son, but he's gone back overseas. His name's Apollo. What?
We're just gonna drop it like that? Thank you, backstory we've never heard before.
Apollo? Wait a second. That bracelet. It really is Apollo. He was a rascal, that one, and his voice could shake the entire room. I imagine he's out there raising high hell somewhere.
Yes, I'm sure he's doing just fine. Considering how far he's come, Mr. Aripal's description really doesn't do Apollo justice.
Apollo justice? Ho ho ho!
Apollo, I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo.
Thank you. I'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
He's a responsible young man now. He never lost that loud voice, though. Okay, that was a bombshell. That was, man. I feel slapped in the face by the force of that retcon. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Incense and white flowers. The flowers are still fresh. They must have been put here maybe today or yesterday. Did you put these here, Mr. Aribal?
Something wrong with flowers? Oh, no. It's just a traditional thing here in Kurine. Pay it no mind. Well, I gotta start packing. Who knows when they might catch up with me if I don't scram soon.
Please, wait. I still need to ask you something.
Go ahead, shoot.
What are you rebels trying to do? Now, that's a good question. I mean, besides overthrow the queen. And why were you at the inner sanctum in the first place? Yeah, that's a good question. Can I... Wait a minute. I've already searched here, but it never hurts to take another look around. I just wondered about this. This ladder. There's a ladder leading underground. He must have brought me in through there. But there's no reason for me to leave yet. I should see what else Mr. Aribal has to say. And what about this? Is that coat yours, Mr. Aribal?
Nah, it belongs to the rebel leader, Dirk.
It's pretty impressive. I like the color, too.
Want to try it on?
Really? You sure it's okay?
Of course, but it would look great on you.
Well, then, don't mind if I do.
Ah, it smells all moldy. I can't believe you fell for it. That thing's been hanging there forever.
I wonder what kind of a ladder it is. You're so right. Note to self, don't trust this guy ever again. Just now you figured that out? And what's this? What's this thing with the dragon on it? Some kind of a sign?
Yep, that was his business sign back when this was Dirk's office.
He used to be a lawyer, right?
That he was, but it was a really long time ago. This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
Well, I hope he can put his sign back up someday.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, especially since certain people are going to be selling him out. Mr. Aribal's plan. Why were you at the inner sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that high priest was a fool for getting taken in by Dirk. He should have tried hightailing it out of Kurine like I'm doing.
Whoa, we got a Cyclock. All right. Ah, Cyclocks. Mr. Aribal is hiding something. But I won't know exactly what until I can undo the locks. What exactly are you trying to hide, Mr. Aribal?
Oh, I'm not hiding anything. No way, no how.
I'll just have to use my Magatama on him then.
That's right. Don't make me Magatama you.
Alright. That's his plan. I'm gonna ask you again. Why were you at the inner sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
You can keep asking, but the answer's still the same. I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that high priest was a fool. He fell for Dirk's line and sold his own country out.
How can you say such things about him? He helped you escape, didn't he? Don't you even care about what happened to him?
Nope, I was getting out of the rebellion anyway. He should have opened his eyes. We never stood a chance against the Garon regime.
Hang on, do you really believe what you're saying? Didn't the High Priest's death really hurt you on the inside?
Like I just said, I couldn't care less about the whole thing.
I beg to differ. This wouldn't be here in this room if you didn't feel a thing. Was it the law book? Or was it the prayer flag? Wait, what was in the room? Can I look again? Is it possible for me to look? Because what else would he have? Flower the Kurine is used. Oh yeah, that was in the background, wasn't it? The flower? That's a little vague, though. Is it? I don't think it's the law book. That doesn't make sense. Not the plume punisher. The flower makes the most sense. Because I did see that. I heard these flowers are offered in memory of the dead here in Khura'in. The High Priest's death hit you hard. So you've been grieving here alone, haven't you? Well.
Hee-ho! Those flowers don't mean anything. It's just a Khura'inese way of saying goodbye.
Why hide the fact that you're mourning his death?
You're reading into this too much. I told you, I'm done with the rebellion. I haven't even heard from Dirk or the rest of them for a few days. And tomorrow, I'm planning to kiss this kingdom goodbye.
No, I know you've been in contact with the other rebels lately.
And how exactly do you plan on proving that?
This piece of evidence ties you to the other rebels. The brand new flag. Because you were contacting them.
Yep.
I found this prayer flag at the Plaza of Devotion. You wrote a message on it and left it behind for your fellow rebels, didn't you? They brought this food for you at your request.
Ooh, ha ha!
So you're lying about leaving the rebels. You're still involved with Dirk and the rest of them, aren't you? Ah.
No!
Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
Oh, you're good, Mr. Lawyer Man. I admit it, I requested the grub. But I was just taking advantage of him, that's all.
Well, what do you mean?
With my face plastered all over the place, I couldn't stay out in the open anymore. So I just took advantage of my former comrades for some grub and a place to hide. I was gonna kiss this kingdom goodbye tomorrow.
I'm not buying it. You're obviously lying. I can tell just by looking at you, and because I have a magic amulet that lets me see that you're lying.
The white-hot flames of revolution definitely still burn inside. What? That's ridiculous. Those flames burned out a long time ago.
This proves that the flames of revolution still burn on inside you. It's... not the law book, is it? Because, like, he's got... yeah, he had that sitting there. What else? From what we found, the Tome of Secrets doesn't make any sense. This... yeah, I'd say the thing that makes the most sense is that he had the law book out. Okay.
Dirk's law book? I'm no lawyer, so what's that got to do with me?
Look at the mark branded onto the cover. This mark that stands for an unwavering commitment to the revolution. It is Dirk's way of representing the will of the dragon.
Yeah, so what of it?
You have that same mark on the scarf tied around your left arm. But you wouldn't be wearing that if you were no longer a rebel.
I forgot to take it off, that's all.
No. As a wanted man, that should have been the first thing you took off. And the fact that you haven't hidden that mark yet proves you're still a rebel.
Hoo-ha! Think what you want, but you don't know nothing about me.
No, you're wrong. You wear your heart and your beliefs right on your sleeve, just like me. And this is what I believe in. My attorney... is it my attorney's badge? Is it? Please. Please tell me it's my attorney's badge. I want to do it so bad. It is! The day has come! Oh my gosh, yes! We actually presented the attorney's badge, and it meant something. When a person's back is against a wall, they always fall back on what they believe in. Just as I always have my badge, you always have the will of the dragon with you.
And would you risk your life for your beliefs?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
No, because I wouldn't be much use to my clients dead. Now admit it! You've never once thought about leaving the Defiant Dragons, have you?
That look in your eyes. It's just like Dirk's. Looks like you've got the will of the dragon inside you, too. Maybe you can find the One Piece.
Oh, wait, that's the will of D. Mr. Aribal's plan. Let's do it. I had planned to take you out if you turned out to be on the side of the royals.
but I think I can trust you.
Can't believe I was that close to getting shanked here. The badge is proper evidence, you're right. Astro Dude, that is correct. Proper evidence, finally.
It's like you said, I've no intention of leaving Dirk's group.
In other words, you were testing me.
You're a foreigner, and a lawyer who's been charged with abetting a criminal to boot. And I've seen a fair share of lawyers get pardoned after weeping at the feet of the Queen.
Well, I'm gonna keep fighting till the end.
Yeah, I can see that now. Sorry I ever doubted you.
So, what are you doing here anyway?
I came to get the secret hideout key from a helper.
A secret hideout?
Yep. I was supposed to get my next order from Dirk there. But the town's swarming with cops thanks to that murder. Nothing I can do about that.
What about the order Dirk was supposed to give you?
I'm gonna have to abort that mission. Now I'm just lying low, waiting for a chance to make contact with Dirk again. Hey, why the long face?
I thought you'd be able to tell me something about the High Priest's murder.
Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, I know. Let me make it up to you with this.
What is it? It looks like a Dragon Ball.
This orb is actually a key. It opens the door to one of our secret hideouts. I can't say any more than that. Anyway, I hope it helps.
This orb is a key?
Yup! Plus the hideout's in a totally unexpected location. And being that it's super secret, we couldn't have just any ordinary key.
I see. Golden orb added to the court record. It seems to be the key to the rebel hideout. So, does that mean we can go in and out as long as we ponder the orb? Maybe this will help me unravel the truth behind this case?
Thanks. Don't mention it. Besides, you're a fellow brother in arms fighting the powers that be. If it'll help you, feel free to pick my brain a bit more.
Lady Kira.
Everyone's been talking about the return of Lady Kira lately.
Well, my friend Maya suspected of being the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. You wouldn't happen to know who she really is, though, would you?
Beats me, but whoever she is, she bushwhacked me and hauled me off to jail. Even worse, on top of attacking us and delivering us to the cops, she's been watching us like a hawk and framing us for different crimes.
Watching you like a hawk? Framing you for crimes? Why would anyone go to all that trouble? Yeah, wait a minute, this is new. We never heard about any framing at this point.
Our kingdom likes to pretend its people are free to think what they want. Because of that, the authorities can't arrest you just for sympathizing with the rebellion. So they resort to framing people for things they didn't do.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked, given the Justice Minister, who is a comedy gangster. Then that Lady Kira figure is...
Yep, she's just some lick spittle working for the Garon regime.
Wow.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude like one of them dragon dupes.
Yeah. So he was talking about Lady Kira then.
Advanced combat skills, detailed surveillance, and clever setups. She's no amateur if you ask me.
So you're saying the monarchy is using Lady Kira to secretly take out the rebels?
Exactly. The Garon regime is using her to control the people, even down to what we think.
Why don't the people protest if the monarchy is doing things like that?
Unfortunately, we don't have any conclusive evidence. And without that, we can't prove anything.
Ah! I know the feeling. If I bring this up in court, they'd probably dismiss it out of hand. I'll have to unmask Lady Kira if I want to get anywhere. Goal of the revolution.
Our goal? To get rid of that evil, no good Defense Culpability Act.
I can tell just by looking at Dirk's law book.
The DC Act has turned this kingdom into a corrupt cesspool, where false charges are overlooked and prosecutors are the only ones heard in court. It's been 23 years since it was first enacted,
What happened 23 years ago to make them pass such a terrible law?
The assassination of Queen Amara. That's where it all began.
Oh, man, this is like the room of exposition dumps. This is amazing.
It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated.
Yep, Albie did say that.
And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it.
Dirk assassinated the former queen, didn't he?
That's the official line, but
The official line?
those charges were completely trumped up. Dirk was framed, I'm telling you.
This is turning into like Metal Gear Ace Attorney.
He was.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to start talking like Snake now.
Metal Gear. He was. Assassination. Plus, Dirk was a lawyer. Once the people thought a lawyer had killed the queen, they turned against all lawyers. And that's how the DC Act was first passed.
So that's why there aren't any lawyers left in crime.
Even worse, it changed the significance of the divination seance.
The significance of the divination seance? They were holding seances in court even before the DC Act?
You bet they were. Lawyers and prosecutors used to hotly contest the insights that came out of seances.
You mean like what I've been doing?
Right. It's like Dirk used to say, the royal priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence.
Right. I see what you mean about the significance of the divination seance changing.
Yep. The insights became the only truth, and arguing against them was banned.
The source of my evidence?
The source says I made it up.
Prosecutors around here, apparently. It really is. We're running off the Armstrong, yeah. As royal priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth of the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Right, yeah. From what I've seen, Rafa would agree with that.
This kingdom's a shadow of its former self. It's become a dictatorship where the royals use the fear of trumped-up charges to rule.
And that's what Dirk's been rebelling against?
Yep. All we want is to live in a kingdom with a fair and impartial legal system. And there's only one way to make that come true. Overthrow the current regime.
So that's the truth behind the rebels.
Well, PW, my friend, it's about time for me to get going.
PW.
After all, I am the fangs of the defiant dragons.
Hey, don't throw me.
That's our ball.
You're not gonna do that alley-oop thing again, are you?
I was just getting to that. See you when I see you. Alley-oop.
Like how he jumps back down and then they load his model out. That's great. Why does he have to jump like that before running off? Oh! He doesn't like oh. What is he like, Freakazoid? Is he like putting his arms out and going whoosh? You know? Well, I guess we're friends now. But enough about that. I've already spent way too much time here. May 11th. Shrine Bazaar. Oh, wow. How long were we in there? Coming up out of the sewers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Lawyers. Whew, I finally got out of there.
Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you.
Shadow, what happened to him anyway?
He came out of the manhole about 5 minutes after you went in. Sorry he wasn't much help.
Oh, you ditched me, dog. Well, did you find anything of worth? Oh, I tripped and fell down there. I must have been out cold for a while. I better keep things to myself for now. I figured as much. I have to find that secret hideout Mr. Aribal was talking about. I should probably start with places that have something to do with the High Priest. Places that have something to do with the High Priest. Okay, I can do that. Before we start, I'm going to take a very quick break, and I'll be right back, and we'll keep going. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's go. So, places important to the High Priest. Well, Inner Sanctum makes sense. May 11th, Inner Sanctum. Barbed Head. You already searched here, did you not? Oh, I just thought I'd look around, you know? In case I missed something. I probably shouldn't tell her I'm looking for the secret rebel hideout. We have a saying back home. Leave no stone unturned. Huh? Oh, yes. You cannot stump me. I know that one. Actually, I don't have a clue. It's written all over your face. Is there a place on the statue? Like, where could we ponder our orb is what I want to know. Huh. Oh. What about over here? It's a statue of a bird. I guess I'll take a closer look at it. Does the orb go in there? Hey, this eye is missing. What are you doing? You must not touch that for no reason. Sorry. But that shape. I wonder. Take this. I knew it. Are you going to open the secret passage with her right there? Okay. I just, like, file it away and then sneak back here later somehow. Whoa, what? She must be at a loss for words. And that doesn't happen too often. What is this place? Explain yourself at once, Barbed Head. I don't think she's ready for the full story. I don't really know much myself, but it seems to be a secret rebel hideout. If I'm shocked there's a secret door here, I imagine that goes double for Rafa. A rebel hideout in the Inner Sanctum? Somebody will pay for this. Well, for now, I think I'll have a look around. Wait, you must not enter before the police. Don't worry, I won't disturb anything. Or at least I'll try not to. Besides, with you watching over me, it should be fine, right? And, you see... Fine, just please stop pleading your case. I can only stand so much loyally drivel. But I will be presenting all information gleaned from your efforts here to the police. Of course. Now, shall we? I will go no further. Oh, right. You're not supposed to come in contact with the taint of Lady Kira's battles. Very good, Barbed Head. I commend you for remembering. Oh, well, thank you. Wait, why am I thanking her? I may not be able to enter, but I will allow no misdeeds on your part. I will be watching you like a warbod from the entrance here. I told you I'm not going to do anything. I better hurry before she changes her mind. Let's go. The rebel hideout. We found the secret rebel base. May 11th, secret hideout. Why do we have plumed Punisher memorabilia in here? There's guns, there's a cart crossbow, what? I believe this to be a sacred space that enshrines the source of the spring water. That makes sense. The rebels must have converted it into a secret hideout. But what about that warbot revolving door? Why was it red before they got there? I wonder if that, too, was originally intended to hide and protect this sacred space. To think those filthy rebels were scheming their schemes in this most sacred space. It is a desecration upon Karinism itself. The defiant dragon shall pay for this. I suppose it's only natural that she'd be upset. But the investigation must go on. I think I'll start by taking a picture of the place. Good thing I brought a camera to snap some souvenir shots. Ace Attorney stab. Stop it! You must not take photos here without permission. Rafa's really fired up. She's sticking her head in as far as it'll go. I guess she won't be tainted as long as she doesn't touch anything. Could you pick another word, please? A photo of the secret rebel hideout was literally built into the inner sanctum. Now, to search every nook and cranny. Barbed head! Just because it is hard for me to see your every move. Do not use that as an excuse to touch and break things. I heard you the first time. Sheesh. Alright. So, let's see. Ah, blood. What's this? A blood stain. I should probably try to figure out what happened in here. Huh. Do not tamper with any evidence before the police arrive. The police? Hey, that reminds me. Emma gave me something just for times like these. Oh, is it luminol? I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport. Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy. That was a thing that happened. Luminol testing fluid glows in reaction to even the tiniest traces of blood, so it can even detect areas where blood has been wiped up. It might help us figure out what happened in here. Okay, time for science to do its thing. First, let me put these red-tinted glasses on. Wait, you had those in your pocket? To see the luminol's glow. Then I just press space wherever I want to spray some luminol. Areas where there was blood will react by turning blue. Yeah, what happened in here? I mean, obviously there's blood there. So... So where might we find blood? I mean, more of it. Ah! This is a huge blood stain. Something big must have happened here. Perhaps the High Priest's blood flowed in there from under the Warbod statue. There was definitely a lot of blood here, but it's impossible to say much else at this point. I'll just take a picture for now. All right, luminol reactions don't show up in photos. I'll just have to take some notes. That should do it. My red marker. Trust me, Judge, there was a lot of blood here. I didn't notice before, but the bloodstain looks like it was smeared away in one place. Is it because the Warbot revolving door passed over it? Rebel hideout photo updated in the court record. So did somebody, like, knock their head or something? Good question. I got an achievement called Forensics Expert. Interesting. Alright. Let's look at the plumed Punisher stuff, shall we?
Look! What is it, barbed head?
It's a plumed Punisher clock.
Why, I believe it is a limited edition promotional item given to 50 lucky viewers. This rare item plays the plumed Punisher theme song every hour. Hand it over to me now, barbed head.
Ah! She snatched it away from me. What, did she actually run in and grab it? No matter what she says, Rafa is definitely a huge fan. What a fine item. And this switch, if I'm right, it's the Plume Punisher theme song.
Yes, now I see. The insurgents who use this room must be plumed Punisher fans.
That may be so, but I don't see how it's relevant to this case. There's a plumed Punisher calendar, too. There's a plumed Punisher calendar here.
Ah, now I understand. The villains in the plumed Punisher are based on the insurgents. Watching the show must have roused their ire against Lady Kira.
I doubt that's it. And then, what's this? Looks like an order from Dirk.
What's this? Let me see that.
I thought you're not supposed to touch anything in here.
This is an exception. Now, hand it over.
Let's see here. Oh, holy mother. What? What does it say?
It is an order intended for that rebel named Dats. It reads, after the rite, infiltrate the palace under the guise of returning Lady Kira's costume and search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago. Dirk!
23 years ago? He must mean the assassination of Queen Amara. I wonder what the rebels are up to. It's intriguing and all, but it doesn't seem related to the case at hand.
This will not do. I must warn my mother at once.
No need to do that. This order will never be carried out. Lady Kira's costume is still here, and Abbot Inme is no longer able to aid the rebels.
I knew that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Let's see.
How dare those filthy insurgents raise their banner amid such a sacred space? Barbed head, you must burn it at once.
Didn't you tell me not to touch or damage anything?
This is an exception. Very well. If you will not do it, then I will.
But your benevolence, I thought you're not supposed to come in here. For once, the strange customs of this kingdom are working in my favor. Yeah. Huh? There's something under the banner. A microphone. What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? Good question. Look at Dirk's order again.
Oh, okay.
Weapons, and lots of them, too.
We were lucky we found them before they could be used. Excellent work, Bobtad.
Thanks. If the rebellion ever happens, I hope it's bloodless. So, over here, let's see, is there anything else you would like me to read, Bobtad? Oh, let's see, how about this note?
Let me see that.
Konuro, Zabas,
Bar, Yak, and Ru. Wait, this looks familiar.
What is it? Some kind of Kurina spell?
No, it's a recipe for Kurini's curry.
I guess the rebels enjoy a home-cooked meal just like everyone else. I got an achievement called a rebellious recipe. Nice. Thanks for the tip there. Look at the other statue well, not the one in front, the one that has handprints. Okay. A large stone slab. I wonder if I should return that slab. It's shaped like a Megatama. It looks rather unstable. I bet it'd tip over in an earthquake. Huh? What's that earthy, grass-like smell? What, the fact that it's covered in moss, it looks like?
It is the smell of the moss that covers the stone.
There we go. Oh, so this shaggy green stuff is moss? How do you not know that? Is it because you live in beautiful California in the city? Huh? It looks like some of the moss about halfway up has been disturbed. I wonder why that is. One quick touch can't hurt, right? Won't Phoenix know what this is? It is handprint. Yeah, right. Whoa! This lab's starting to wobble. What is happening? What have you done to the sacred space? No, nothing. All I did was nudge it a little. I knew it looked unstable. Probably best not to touch it again. Well, I think that covers about everything here. Ah! Mr. Wright, you shouldn't have come in here before the police. Sorry, but I was in a hurry. I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to. Well, not much. Her benevolence could attest to that. It is your fault for being so slow. I expect the police to work faster and more efficiently. Sorry. Well, Bobbed Head, have you not already seen enough? I guess it's about time I got back to the temple and go over everything I've learned. Alright. Have fun, Emma. See you later. May 11th, Temple. Welcome back, Mr. Wright. How'd it go? Unfortunately, I didn't find anything conclusive. Phoenix is blind. Yeah. No way! I do not understand, Barbed Head. Why don't you understand? Why you did not commit any misdeeds during your investigation? After all, lawyers ply their trade primarily through illicit means and methods. What? Who told you that? My mother. Are you saying she was wrong? No, that cannot be. It is the children who are wrong. You must have committed some sort of misdeed right under my nose. If that were so, she wasted her whole day following me around. Oh, Nina. What is it? Prosecutor Sadmati has need of me. What's going on? I must go perform a divination seance for Pure Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. I see. The third time will be the charm. My insights will finally bring you to your knees tomorrow, and I will teach that neophyte practitioner a lesson. Looks like the royal priestess is back with a vengeance. Well, Barbed Head, you accidentally missed something. Yeah, she's made a full recovery from when we started the investigation earlier today. I look forward to seeing you in court, Your Benevolence. Your overconfidence will be your downfall. You will not look so confident when I'm finished with you tomorrow. What is going on, Phoenix? That's what I want to know. Actually, I'm not really looking forward to seeing her tomorrow. Especially without any solid evidence. Why don't we go over everything you know so far? Alright, let's see here. Acolyte Zealot was killed during the rite with Lady Kira's dagger. And Maya's fingerprints were found on it. That doesn't sound very good. I know. It's the very definition of being up a creek without a paddle. The day before his murder, Zealot enjoyed a meal with the High Priest, his wife, and Maya. I also learned about spirit channeling here in Khura'in. None of that sounds very helpful. Oh, but I did hear something interesting. That the rebel hunting Lady Kira might be working for the Justice Minister. What? Really? Our kingdom is supposed to be ruled through faith and laws. We can't allow the people to be controlled by fear and violence. Albie, that sounds like something a rebel might say. It does. But if that Lady Kira really is one of Minister Inga's subordinates, that would exonerate Miss Maya. Unfortunately, I have no way of proving it in court. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I almost forgot about the secret rebel hideout we found at the Inner Sanctum. How do you almost forget about that? There was a bloodstain inside, but I don't know if or how it's connected to this case, though. Wow, a secret room at the Inner Sanctum? That would be a huge hit with tourists. This kid really is an entrepreneur at heart.
What I mean is that hideout could be important to your case.
Maybe, but it's still too early to tell. Looks like I'm heading into court without any useful evidence.
We'll just have to pray something appears during tomorrow's trial.
Princess Rafa's divination seance might be my only hope. There could be some new information in it that might help.
The divination seance? But I thought it always works against the accused.
Not always.
Right, it's like Dirk used to say. The royal priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence. Really? I never heard anyone say that before. It's hard to figure you out sometimes, sir.
Divination seances worked both ways before the Defense Culpability Act. It's only now that the people of Kurine find it strange.
Mr. Wright, I just wanted to say, good luck tomorrow.
Thanks. I can't afford to lose this next one. Alright, we're going in. I've collected all sorts of information, but I haven't even started connecting the dots. If I could do that, I might have a shot at pulling off a win. Rafa's insights will be the deciding factor. It's a huge gamble, but it's all I've got. Yep, we're gonna do another crazy gamble. Hope it pays off, like it always does. We're trusting in the heart of the evidence. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh, but law. Save your current progress? Yeah. You bet we are. Alright, we're going into trial day 2. I am ready. Continue on to the next chapter? You bet. Let's do this. May 12th, 9:34 a.m., High Court of Kuride, accused lobby. Oh yeah, the tourists are the police. Well, right now they are. It's Emma. You wake up with a spider on your head in that law office. Yeah, really. With spiders crawling everywhere? I wouldn't like that. Maya looks exhausted, but I can't blame her.
Nick, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I never properly asked you to defend me, did I?
Well, sorta. It doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end.
I know. That's why I wanted to officially ask you for your help.
You got it, Maya. Let's do this. We gotta wrap this up and get back home, so you can make your dream show come true. The Steel Samurai versus the Plumed Punisher, right?
You bet.
You look as if you did not sleep last night, Barbed Head. It is written all over your face. How can you expect to put up a respectable defense like that? I'm all fired up and raring to go. I guess Maya's not the only one looking exhausted. Rafa doesn't seem in the best spirits herself. Go ahead. Feign confidence now while you're still able. For I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day. Huh, guess it was just my imagination. Ready, Nick? Okay, Maya, let's head on in. No, Rafa's having she came down with a case of character development, I think. May 12th, High Court of Kurine. Alright. And there's Sadmati again.
Now then, if everyone is ready.
The defense is ready, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay.
Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor Sadmati.
I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder, let us hasten this trial, so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery.
I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the high priest. and today she will be tried for the murder of his disciple, Pure Zealot. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, your opening statement, if you would.
Certainly. The accused has now slain 2 of the most devout clergymen in Kurinism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough.
Then what terrible fate awaits her?
Uh-oh. Balgi Pokon Hell. Balgil Pokon Hell? We also learned that that guy is the rebel son. We did! That is a new thing. We have some new information on Nayuta. And he and Apollo are brothers? Okay. Have fun with that. Balgipo Con Hell. Okay? A realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer the endless punishment of Jagar by the Galoon of Polmoten. What? What are these words? Furthermore, Goljim. Enough! Enough!
My blood runs cold at the mere thought that such a terrible place exists.
I was going to ask for a translation, but on second thought, ignorance is bliss.
Now then, please continue, minus the part about that terrible hell awaiting the accused.
As you wish. The victim of this heinous crime was the high priest disciple Pire Zealot. He had been retraining under the high priest while living at the priest's home.
I met him a number of times, and he seemed like an earnest young man. How tragic that he met such a terrible end!
The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during the Purification Rite. It was a bold crime, carried out while the plaza was full of the faithful, deep in prayer. The Wabad dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly.
Ah, the Wabad dagger. Lady Kira's weapon of choice.
We have already established that the accused prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in itself. No, I didn't do it! Hold your tongue. Now, being that the accused, Maya Fey, is a serial killer, the prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence.
Would the defense care to respond?
The accused is innocent, and nothing can convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness? The accused's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. As such, I see no need to debate this any further.
But... Well, once a benevolence conducts a seance, it will be clear for all to see.
Your Majesty, might I have a word?
Is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadmati?
It is about the divination seance. What?
Your benevolence!
Stop right there, Prosecutor Sadmati. As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds. What was that all about? Bobbed head, have you made peace with your fate? For this time, the divination seance will bring you to your knees. I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. The only problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. Our only hope now is what we can glean from the seance vision and Rafa's insights.
Very well. The divination seance, if you please, your benevolence.
Yes. Let us begin. Nena. We're gonna have 2 divination dances in 1 trial, I see. Here we go.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right. Did nothing happen? Dirk Sadmati? I guess his name would be Sadmati? I guess? Because Nayuta's name is Sadmati, and he actually is his son. Unlike Apollo. I don't get it. Why wasn't there anything to see?
Your benevolence! What in the world?
I was unable to evoke any sort of response. I called out the spirit's name many times, but to no avail.
So wait a minute.
We have no... Oh no, this isn't good. We don't... Just as I thought. Wait, what does he know that we don't? I had sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand. Come to think of it, I must go perform a divination seance for Pire Zealot. It is our custom for the prosecution to review its contents before a trial begins. A hideout? Yes. And that is why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. Is it because he was killed basically while he was just in prayer and he didn't see a thing and he died instantly? She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice.
It would appear her benevolence is tired from her manifold duties.
I am not anything of the sort. The victim's spirit will not answer my call, but I do not know why. Or maybe he isn't dead. Oh, that's an interesting point. It is my sacred duty to convey the truth through the divination seance. Oh, you know what? I bet you're right. I bet you're right. Because we took so long to establish the fact that you need to have somebody's true name and face to bring them back. So if they were using the wrong name, I bet a lookalike got killed. I bet you're right. Rafa.
What are we to do without a divination seance?
I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt with or without a divination seance.
You never fail to impress, Prosecutor Sadmati.
This is bad. The divination seance was my one and only hope. Your Majesty, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed?
Huh. How curious, Mr. Wright. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in the divination seance?
Yes, explain yourself. The divination seance is for shedding light on the accused's crimes. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath that is ever poised to pound you into your grave. You should fear it, not plead for it. I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday, somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was once thought of as just another piece of evidence. If we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent. The truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on, huh, Nick? Maya, please, you're not helping. How dare you! The voice of Mitama is to be feared, not utilized by vile lawyers such as you. Seances exacted a heavy toll upon the royal priestess. It would be best not to burden her any further. Or does the defense feel that it can pose no counter-arguments without the seance? No, of course not. He saw right through me. I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen or we're toast.
Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no other choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance, as Prosecutor Sadmati suggested.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Why, you... I will not forget this, barbed head. This will not be the last you see of me. And there she goes. Now then, I will proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand.
Very well. If the lead detective would please come to the stand, we may begin.
Sorry, Mr. Wright. Detective Sky, I understand how you would wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on.
But
there is only one way to save them now, by giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames.
Oh, I can't do this. No eating in the Sacred Hall of Justice.
Sky? Yes? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will figure something out. Eventually. Right. Thanks, Miss Fey. How very brave for a criminal with a tainted soul. Very well, Detective Sky. Please proceed. Okay, I can do this. Let me start with an overview of this case. Alright, witness testimony. Overview of the second murder. The latest victim was Pure Zealot. He had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. The High Priest's widow, Belib Inmi, has identified the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest. He may have been, eh? Interesting.
I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. Would the defense care to respond?
I didn't spot any inconsistencies in her testimony so far. And I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What am I gonna do now? What is it, Maya? I was just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Acolyte Zealot. Because it just might prove to be the key as to why the divination seance failed. Yeah, I feel like we're getting led into it turning out that he is not actually dead. What are you getting at? Well, it's just a hunch. Wait a second. During my investigation, Rafa told me about how the divination seance works. If I could figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again. Okay, time to press for some more information. So, press, literally, I guess? Let's see. Overview of the second murder. The latest victim was Pure Zealot. Let's see. Actually, Dirk has only appeared in like one cutscene so far. What kind of person was Acolyte Zealot? According to the neighbors and others who knew him, he was a deeply devout youth. I too have heard his name mentioned as one who was a fervent practitioner. I suppose you might say he was the High Priest's star disciple. Furthermore, he had been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. Okay. 2 years? Are you sure about that? We took his statements from his neighbors and his fellow monks, and they all corroborate our initial findings. What about you, Maya? Well, when I first came here, I saw Zealot praying under the High Priest's instruction. I see. So the results of the police investigation seem to check out. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, has identified the victim's body. Was Mrs. Inme's positive ID the only way you verified the identity of the victim? Huh? Well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But what? But his personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced. Maybe that's why the divination seance failed. I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Wright. Here's what I'm thinking. Pure Zealot is a fake name, yep. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess used a deceased's face and true name to summon their spirit. Why, yes, that is indeed true. If he was using a forged ID, and there was no mention of him in our public records, then he was likely an illegal immigrant. They are not uncommon here in Kurine. An illegal immigrant? Come to think of it, Rafa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We'll have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time.
I'd always thought that Acolyte Zealot was Kurinese. Oh, how the High Priest must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add this to the testimony?
Yeah, add it to the testimony. This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. Okay?
It would seem to be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. But if you insist, Detective Sky, please add what you just said to your testimony.
Yes, Your Majesty. He was an illegal immigrant, so we don't know his real name. Huh. That changed? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Let's press on that. Isn't there some way to track down his real name? No, not if he was an illegal immigrant. Have you actually confirmed that he was in Kurine illegally? Well, we don't have any conclusive evidence, but there's also no evidence of him being a citizen of Kurine either. Oh boy. Oh, what do we do? What if there was a clue in the evidence you gathered? That's probably our only hope at this point. Oh. If he really was an illegal immigrant, our proverbial goose is probably cooked. Well, we'll see about that. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the High Priest. Maya, isn't that Lady Kira who has been going around capturing rebels? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but That verdict was already handed down in the previous trial. It is no longer a point of dispute, and I will not allow you to make it so.
But
No ifs, ands, and most of all, no buts. The accused was posing as Lady Kira, and she killed Acolyte Zealot because she mistakenly believed him to be a rebel.
that's not true.
I'm sorry. The verdict has already been read in that case. I have to assume that it's fact now.
Now what do we do?
Now I know why the divination seance failed, but, nothing's really changed. Yeah, which means we're in big trouble. If he really was an illegal immigrant, it's going to be real hard to find out his real name. I guess our only chance is to give up on the whole divination seance thing. If only there was some way to find out the victim's real name. Yeah, Larry, you're not welcome here. Just kidding, Larry. Please come back. OG Larry. Not later Larry. Yes. Yes. The OG Larry. Not whatever weird perv guy he was in the third game. Okay. So I feel like we got a pretty big clue that this here, we have something to present on. Newspaper, trust. The wound appears to have been by the Warbot Dagger. Alright, that was his. Maya statement, Lady Kira, Plume Punisher. What do we have over here? Zealot's autopsy report. Spinal cord injury from a stab wound to his back. The weapon is thought to be the Warbot Dagger, right? Let's see. He killed in the Plaza of Devotion. He has a peach-shaped tattoo. What is that about? Yeah, the peach tattoo. So he's got... In that picture, he's wearing the Mitama, right? Oh! I just noticed that Mrs. Enmi has a steel samurai watch. Was that brought up before? I don't think it was. And then Maya's holding the Plume Punisher thing. Okay. So she traded that with Mrs. Enmi. Interesting. I just noticed, hang on a second. Look at the mark there, and then look at the mark there. That... Hang on, yeah. My lack of webcam thing shows that I'm craning my head here to try to look at this at a different angle. But it looks the same, doesn't it? Let's see. The photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with gingil. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite, and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. Got it. I'm wondering if the fact that this tattoo, because it was called out last time, I wonder if this is what's important. I'm going to try to present it and see. Oh, I think it worked. Sorry, Detective Sky. But the police missed something important in their investigation. So does that mark mean he's not an illegal immigrant? Huh? What are you talking about? The victim was undeniably a Kurainese native. And this crime scene photo proves it.
It does?
It's a little hard to see, but look closely. You'll see clear proof that the victim was Kurainese. Where? I don't see anything that would prove that. This proves the victim was Kurainese. The mark? I'm guessing, because that's what we're going with. Look at this tattoo right here.
Why, that's a tattoo of a peach?
I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo. Oh, the victim really liked peaches?
Well, peaches are a favorite delicacy here in Kurain.
They happen to be a personal favorite of mine. The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. They are a blessing from the Holy Mother herself. Nick, I've suddenly got a craving for peaches. After the trial, Maya. Right now, we have a bigger fish to fry. Unfortunately, that is not a tattoo of a peach. It is not a peach, you say? Then what is it? He's mad about that. Take a closer look. Haven't you seen something like that before? Namely, the tattoo on the High Priest's brow.
Oh my!
What? This mark is only borne by members of the Kurinist clergy. So that is what you believe to be... But are they not utterly different shapes? Sure, they're shaped differently, but there's a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark all Kurinist clergy bear. Hey, you're right.
Until about 20-some-odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't they? I myself bear one on my right butt.
That is entirely too much information, Your Majesty.
Nice.
Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with a mark in the same spot. I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hits. That will not be necessary. If you seek information on the clergy, I have it all right here.
Oh my! You never cease to amaze. So tell us, is there anyone who fits the bill?
There is just one, and his name is Real Nemu. Is his name Real Nemu? Is it? No! No! I can't do this anymore, man. Oh. He became... I'm sorry, this is just too stupid. I love it. I love it. Oh. He became a monk 20 years ago. Then that must be the victim's real name.
But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one?
Yeah, there must have been some reason. Nick, that's not important right now. The important thing is we know his real name. You're right. And why did he have a fake name? Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, the divination seance might finally work.
A lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. That is entirely unprecedented.
You are but digging your own grave, Defense. We won't know that until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's our only hope.
Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more.
All right. Why would a lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more? You are a fool, Barbed Head, and your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise. Bring it on, Princess. Because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights. You will regret ever thinking you could use my sacred insights as evidence. Are we gonna do the whole thing again?
O Holy
I think we
Mother,
are.
we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Ah. All right. You know what? We did see it already, so I'm happy to skip it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. You saved us a little bit of time, Mr. Astro Dude. All right. Okay, Gingil. Plumed Punisher what? Heavy. Heavy. Pain. Heavy. Heavy. Real. Huh.
Oh my! It is just as Mr. Wright surmised. Pure Zealot wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last we have seen the victim's final moments.
But all we could see was the ground. You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your infamous turnabouts. Oh! He said the thing! He said the thing.
No.
I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that establishes the accused's guilt.
You did? A most surprising surprise attack. So tell us, Prosecutor Satmani, what is this conclusive evidence you have found?
The Plume Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider this item here. It was confiscated from the accused during her interrogation. Hey, that's my Plumed Punisher strap. When you press the Magatama on the Plumed Punisher's belt. Yeah, everybody's into it.
Ah!
Yeah, we knew that already, though. But did Maya have it at the time? It seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of her crime. This strap is an extremely rare item, is it not, Miss Faye? You'd better not break it. There's only one of those in the whole wide world. Maya, no! Uh-oh. It is just as I said. Your flights of fancy have come crashing down on you. She seems to be enjoying this. Yeah, I've never seen her look so thrilled before either. Dang it, Maya, why did you feel the need to have theme music for your murder? Exactly. Dang it, Maya! It is time to accept the fact that the divination seance is far more than mere evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused.
That is as conclusive as evidence can get. Now then, if there are no further objections...
Slow down there, your majesty. At least let me make a counter-argument.
What's this? Do you take issue with the divination seance?
Oh, I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet. But that's never stopped me before. The divination seance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly. You do not know when you're beaten, do you, you foolish lawyer? I am the only one who speaks for the Mitama of the deceased. If you believe there to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it. Yeah, we will. Let's check this out, shall we? All right, Rafa's insight. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Then, someone was there, and the theme of the Plumed Punisher filled the air. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged her knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant, he departed from this world. Okay. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. Her benevolence, his insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true. I didn't notice any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us. I'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased sensations very carefully. Alright, so we remember... Let's see, the victim... Hang on a second. The Gingil, though, right? What about the... These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. So, why is he smelling Gingil now, right? Because I read that earlier, and I thought that was going to come into play. Let's see. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. The accused held the defenseless. Blade struck 2. Hang on. The night of the rite. Hang on. The night of the rite. I think we're going to point out the Gingil, right? Because he wouldn't be smelling the Gingil. No, pause. He wouldn't be smelling the Gingil if it was the night of the rite, right? Right? Phoenix, right? Let's see. I think we got it. Was it really the night of the rite? What do you mean? It could not be otherwise. The accused slew Acolyte Zealot after killing the High Priest during the purification rite. The only problem is the deceased spirit does not corroborate that. What's this? Take a good look at what the victim smelled. It was not what the rock was cooking. Do you see how it says Gingil? Acolyte Zealot shouldn't have smelled any Gingil on the night of the rite.
What do you mean?
Let me back up my statement with some evidence for you. This should explain how the victim couldn't have smelled Gingil on the night of the rite. It's the statement from Believe. The High Priest's wife, Believe in Me, told me about the Feast of Blessings. The feast includes a number of Gingil-based dishes, and they're only supposed to be served at a certain time the day before the rite.
Why, I believe you're right. I had completely forgotten about that.
During the feast, the unique smell of Gingil pervades the entire kingdom. The fact that the victim smelled it means he was murdered between noon and 3 p.m. the day before the purification rite. Right was right about the rite. That's like a Dr. Seuss book. I am not so easily fooled. Did that autopsy report not make it clear? The estimated time of death was during the rite. Oh, right. I taught her about that yesterday. Forgive me your benevolence, but the estimated time of death is just that, an estimate. Depending on the circumstances, it's possible for it to change. What's this? Like if a body was kept cold, the slowed rate of decay makes the death seem more recent.
Why, I believe I've heard something of the sort before. If it is as Mr. Wright claims, the estimated time of death in the autopsy report will have to be revised.
Zealot's autopsy report updated in the court record. Nice.
Barbed head, you blinded me with science!
Da 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 da. I like it. Please, Capcom, please let us hit. We did! We actually hit the prosecution with an updated autopsy report. I love it. It happened. Oh my gosh. So we've presented our badge and had it actually be a legitimate thing, and we updated the autopsy report. I love it. This is probably the best case in the series already. Easily. Hands down. The best. Tremendous. Sorry. Wait. What am I apologizing for? No matter. The murder may have occurred in the afternoon hours the day before the rite. Nevertheless, the murder weapon with the accused's prints on it is still incontrovertible evidence. I will now expend my insight to account for this new truth. Alright. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Okay. The time of death has been corrected, leaving my insight infallible.
Nick,
A change in the time of death is bound to cause some sort of an inconsistency. If I had something that showed that what it was like on that day could really help. Wait a minute. We do. We have the weather report. And I wondered why the weather report stayed in our inventory after everything else got cleared out. So what was it? Today's right. Hang on, weather forecast. Wait a minute, what was the same? Today's purification right. The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday has melted. So there was thick ice. The ride can now go on as planned. Interesting. Yes, the ride. Not the Phoenix ride. All right. Wait. So let me think about this for a second. Hang on. So what is she saying? The victim... It was the afternoon. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. But... should it have been visible? There... Because... Hang on a second. When... Wait a minute. When was the murder? May 10th. May 8th. Okay. So, May 8th. The May 9th. The thick... until yesterday. So yes, there was a thick white ice. So the fact that it was white means that the ice was covering that, right? So he couldn't have been able to see that. Because I think we just got handed a huge hint that it was the weather report. So I'm thinking that's our guy here. The sight is the problem. The change in the date and time of the crime has caused a new inconsistency to surface. What's this? You are making that irritating face again. Cease that at once. Sorry, but this is the face I was born with. Now, let's focus on what's important. What the victim saw in his final moments. Do you have bats in the belfry, Barbed Head? There's nothing to see. The ground at the plaza was all that entered the victim's eyes. And that's what I find so strange. On the day before the rite, it should have been impossible to see the pattern on the ground.
Impossible, you say? Do explain.
This piece of evidence shows why the plaza's ground was not visible that day. It's the newspaper. This newspaper has an article that is tiny in size, but huge in importance. It says that the ground was covered with thick, white ice the day before the rite.
What? But the victim did not see so much as an ice cube on the ground.
Exactly. And so we must ask, what was the victim looking at in his final moments? If you have something to say, then say it. The last thing the victim saw was not the ground at the Plaza of Devotion. This can only mean that he was killed elsewhere. What? What?
What? What? Then where do you propose the victim was actually killed?
Yes, tell us where. Otherwise, your argument is worthless. About that. I hadn't gotten to that part yet. Any ideas, Maya? Let me think. Well, it's somewhere green and shaggy, right? Right. Where could that be? What is it, Barbed Head? Giving up already? Wait, green and shaggy? Hang on a second. The handprint's right there. He was killed right there. He was killed in the rebel hideout. No, not at all. Now, where have I seen something green and shaggy? This shows where the victim was killed. Yep, the rebel hideout. The secret hideout the rebels were using. The handprint was right. You're correct. The rebel hideout. Yep. There was no such place anywhere on the floor of that chamber. You're absolutely right. There's no place on the floor, anyway.
Then what did the victim see in his final moments, if not the floor of the rebel hideout?
Yeah, see that, Rafa. This is what the victim saw in his final moments. Right there. The shaggy green surface the victim saw was one of the moss-covered stone slabs. As you can see, there are two distinct hand-shaped impressions in the moss here. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab. That does agree with the seance vision. However, one cannot definitely declare they are one and the same.
I concur. There is no proof that a murder occurred in the rebel hideout.
Indeed. What evidence do you have of this? I've already shown you the evidence.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at this second version of the photo I just showed you. You can see the results of the luminol test I performed in the rebel hideout. This is proof positive that someone had been bleeding in front of that stoned slab.
Is this true?
This information has already been provided to the police. Look at this photograph.
Detective Sky, to whom does this blood belong?
We thought it was the high priest's blood that flowed in from outside. So we haven't tested it yet.
Then you must do so at once.
Yes, Your Majesty.
It appears the police have finished testing the blood. Detective Sky, your report, please.
The blood found in the rebel hideout belongs to Pire Zealot, just like the defense claims. Detective Sky, do you realize what your blunder has done to me? When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. There I will deliver a joyous sermon unto you for 8 hours straight. I'm really sorry, but please, anything but that. Nick, maybe, just maybe, this is the chance we've been waiting for. The photograph has the handprint where the victim got killed after the victim was standing there. Yes. Yep. Yep, it would seem so. I hate to do this to Emma, but go for it. It's full speed ahead. The victim was killed in the rebel hideout the day before the purification rite. Then his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone we've yet to identify. So when we thought we saw Acolyte Zealot praying during the rite, he was already dead. Oh! Yep. I wondered about that. He was dead the whole time. That's amazing. And that's not all. If he was killed at the inner sanctum, that would explain one more thing.
And that would be?
How the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind at the sanctum. This points to how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. Good question. Well, it was, let's see, this points out the time of death was made to appear later. Let's see. Is it was it the snow? Did he like get buried in the snow? Is that it? Use the diagram? Yeah. Let's see. Well, does the diagram point out the snow? I'm curious, because like that shows the broken lantern. I want to know what actually I wonder if the diagram would work. Let's see. Because we definitely have the snow spot there. Does it mention that? Shows the priest's out body, a shoveled out area of snow. Does this say that? No. I'm going to try the photo and see if that works. If not, we'll do the diagram. I think it worked.
Wait, these are photos of the inner sanctum?
I'd like you to focus on this one. The proof is right here in this photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it really was. Do you see how the snow has been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed. The time was mistaken, and the place too. And just what do you believe that proves? That my client is innocent. What of her fingerprints on the dagger and the Plume Punisher theme the victim heard? Yeah, Maya was there when Inmi was killed. But she was apparently knocked out. You have failed to address these two key pieces of evidence.
Ugh, I see your point.
Wasn't this your big chance, Nick? I'm really hoping that the difference in location can invalidate either the weapon or the theme song from being used as evidence against you. Actually, that might be possible, at least for one of them. Really? What's this? You say you can contradict our argument for a key piece of evidence? Very well. Let us see you try. Yeah, Rafa, help us out here. We know she can, focus, too. Nick, take a good look at the Rebel hideout photo. Oh! The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence. The Plumed Punisher theme. Yeah, because we established there's an alarm clock there. The Plumed Punisher theme? And how do you intend to support such a claim? Come on, Rafa, you know this. Since the murder happened in the Rebel hideout, there is something there that played the theme song other than my client's strap.
It wasn't the strap? Is this true?
The item that played the Plume Punisher theme song was this. The clock. This is a Plume Punisher alarm clock. I believe the victim heard its alarm go off. What proof do you have that the alarm went off? Yeah, take that. What proof do you have that was my client's strap that played the theme song? Yeah. Do not twist the facts with your lawyerly wiles. Either way, the accused would still be guilty based off of her prints on the murder weapon. And here is what really happened. Insight revised. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Is that it? That's all you're changing? Though there have been some twists and turns, that is the truth of what happened. I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger.
Most impressive, Your Benevolence. I see no inconsistencies anywhere in the prosecution's case.
No, there is one.
What's this? You still claim there to be an inconsistency?
Try as you might, the outcome will always be the same. Yeah, Phoenix, we're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. For sure. Alright, the victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. Okay. And it was afternoon of the day before the rite, and someone was there, and the theme of the Plumed Punisher filled the air. Yeah. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. What is with the heavy, though? Something feels heavy. The blade struck too, and in that instant he departed from this world. I'm wondering if... Okay, here's a thought. What if instead of him having been killed with the thing stabbing him in the neck... Remember Phoenix pushed it? And he said it felt like it could fall over. I wonder if he actually died. Here, I'm gonna bring up the Rebel photo. I'm wondering if he was standing here. I just see if my mouse cursor can show that, but let's say he was standing here and it fell and he fell backward and it crushed him. I'm wondering if he got crushed to death. And something for instance, the sharp beak of the statue, or one of these things, actually like, got him, you know? So how do we bring that up, though? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he got crushed. The sensation, the victim died to a bump. I think you're pretty close. I think you're close to that. The accused plunged her knife. And the theme... Alright. The accused plunged her knife, right? Yeah. Was that... The accused plunged her knife. Let's play. Hang on. Plume Punisher theme. Heavy. Well, yeah, because I think... Maybe due to blood loss, because I think the deal there is that he bled... Because they said it was red before they got there. The water. And I'm thinking he was, like, dead. He died bleeding into it beforehand. Plume Punisher thing, heavy, and then what happens? Pain. It doesn't necessarily say, like, he got stabbed. He just felt pain. So, hang on. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. Okay. Stood with his hands on the slab. Okay. That... Yeah, because we don't... The accused plunged her knife into his neck. The blade stuck to... Okay. We have already dealt with the Plume Punisher for now. I don't know if that's going to be a complete finish for that or not. Afternoon of the day before the rite, we established that. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab. Stood. I think that's the key. Let's go back. When does Heavy start? Heavy starts here. Wait, where is Apollo? Oh, Apollo is back in quote-unquote California. Yeah. I think the view changed slightly when Heavy appeared, like zoomed in, so it could be falling on him. Yeah, let's look back. I wanted to see that as well. All right, hang on. So there he is. King Gil. Plume Punisher theme. Heavy. You're right. It is zooming in. It is zooming in. Yep. Yeah, why is it zooming in like that? I think this is it. So let's select the touch. Objection! You got the touch. The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer, but he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where did the sensation of something heavy come from?
Yes, I see your point.
Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down. Yeah.
Then tell us, Mr. Wright, what was that heavy sensation felt by the victim?
What caused the heavy sensation Zealot felt? Any thoughts, Maya? I agree that sense of heaviness seems important, but there's also the matter of Zealot's hands on the stone slab. Why were they even there? He was trying to keep it up. Could it be related to the cause of the heavy sensation?
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have an answer for us?
Of course. If I just envision the state Zealot was in when he was killed, the cause of the heaviness the victim felt was the falling stone slab. Due to sleepwalking. I think that was a different case. We had a sleepwalking thing. Was that in Great Ace Attorney? I don't remember. The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath.
What?
Huh. Oh! The stone slab came falling down on him, crushing him underneath. Right. That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt. While your theory is impressive, you have overlooked a key fact. The victim was not crushed to death. Rather, he was stabbed.
Oh, yeah.
Or do you claim that the dagger was plunged in after the slab had fallen on him? Well... Plus, had the killer been behind the victim, they would have both been crushed together. Yeah, hold it right there.
Well, would you care to explain?
Sure, I'd love to. That doesn't mean I can. Oh, yeah, Jinxie Tenma and Dual Destinies. Thank you. I thought we had a sleepwalking. Yes, you have reminded me. Thank you, sir. I thought we had a sleepwalking person. I'm gonna laugh if the police missed the fact that every bone in the victim's body was broken. Yeah. How could the dagger have been plunged in after the slab fell on the victim? The killer couldn't have plunged the dagger into the victim after the slab fell on him. But what if the murder weapon wasn't what we thought it was? Well, there were other weapons in the rebel hideout. But the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. There isn't enough space between the two to use any of the weapons found within.
Yeah, there's not much space by the entrances there.
Yes, I was able to divine your meaning. The body within the body. It was very philosophical. So what was the real murder weapon then? I better think of something. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the statue. If the murder weapon wasn't the dagger, then the dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. And that means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy doesn't mention that. Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot with something shaped like the dagger. Like a Warbod statue? Warbod dagger, Warbod statue. Would the defense care to offer an explanation sometime this century? He's a sassy priest. Wait, wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime? Something that had a shape similar to the Warbod dagger? Hint, 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 hint.
Present your evidence at this time, Mr. Wright.
This shows what really killed the victim. The inner sanctum diagram.
The inner sanctum's diagram? You believe the murder weapon is somewhere in the sanctum?
This is what really took Pure Zealot's life. The statue!
But that is the
Warbot statue. Exactly. The Warbot statue has dagger-like feathers protruding from it. It's like the Iron Throne. That is what really took the victim's life. The one from the books, not the show. You imbecilic fool. The statue is outside of the hideout. How do you propose it impaled someone who was inside? Haven't you heard? The Warbot statue also functions as the hideout's door. What do you mean? The statue can pull a complete switcheroo. Yep, you can see the blood. A switcheroo? To put it simply, it's a revolving door.
A revolving door? Why, that makes perfect sense.
Therefore, I believe the truth behind the divination seance to be this. As the victim entered the secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling toward him. He threw up his hands to stop it, but its weight forced him backwards. Unfortunately, the Warbot statue was right behind him. This cannot be! But the accused fingerprints were found on the dagger. She had held it while rehearsing for the rite, which is when her prints got on it.
Gah. This is a shocking turn of events, but there is a great deal of circumstantial evidence in the defense's favor. I believe we must accept that the Warbot statue was what killed the victim.
Nice! We got it officially inducted as the murder weapon. Now that we know how Acolyte Zealot really met his demise, there's no basis for claiming my client committed this crime. Nice work, Nick. How can this be happening yet again? The divination seance is the only truth.
No, your benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth.
No.
Do you understand now? Your kingdom needs lawyers so that they can interpret your insights.
But that means I have been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time.
Your benevolence, are you unwell? All the color is drained from your face.
I will be fine. Continue your proceedings without me.
She's, like I said, she's coming down with a case of the character development. As you wish. Yeah, go have a good think. I feel kind of bad for her. Now then, I would have the defense continue. Please explain what you've learned now that we know how the victim actually died.
Acolyte Zealot was killed in the hideout before the High Priest's murder. That means the body found at the Plaza of Devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the Warbot dagger was thrust into him. I think Rafa has gone to have a good think about her life decisions up to this point to make it look like the murder weapon.
That does seem to agree with what we now know, but why would the real killer go to such lengths?
I believe stabbing Acolyte Zealot's body with the dagger and moving it to the plaza was a warning from the Twilight Realm. That's right. A crime committed for fun to make it look like a serial murder. Yes. It was an attempt to make my client look like a serial killer. That's right. The real killer planned all of this. This forged serial murder case.
They did?
That's it, Nick. Keep hammering away. Your reasoning has more holes in it than that cheese you foreigners so enjoy.
What?
Like those putrid, hole-riddled clumps of curds that only a rat like you could love. Your reasoning, much like your putrid, hole-riddled brain, has putrefied.
What's his deal with things going putrid?
You have yet to overturn my argument that the accused is the killer. A careful analysis of the chain of events up to the killing exposes the truth as follows.
Get that butterfly out of here.
Disguised as Lady Kira, the accused found the rebel hideout the day before the riot, but Acolyte Zealot had followed her there after noticing her suspicious behavior. Caught by surprise, she pushed the stone slab toward him, and we know the rest. I've never been to the rebel hideout in my life. When the High Priest arrived at the sanctum the next day, he realized what she had done. That is when the accused murdered him in order to silence him.
I believe Prosecutor Sedmani has posed a compelling scenario. The defense, on the other hand, has yet to disprove the accused's guilt.
Why would my client move Acolyte Zealot's body to where everyone could see it? And why would she stab the dagger with her fingerprints into his dead body? She had no reason to do any of those things. The dagger in his corpse was likely a warning to the rebels. Something along the lines of, Lady Kira will slay the defiant dragons.
So that is why she moved the body to the plaza for all to see.
Now he has the judge convinced too. I thought I'd finally made some headway.
Well, Mr. Wright, about time for one of your groans of distress, is it not?
Groan of distress? It kills me to admit this, but I've got nothing to counter his argument with. And I still haven't disproven the allegations against Maya.
Is it not time to end your futile struggle? You were already judged guilty yesterday. That makes you a dead lawyer walking. Accept the death that now awaits you, and in doing so, finally know peace.
A dead lawyer walking indeed. Then again, are not all lawyers who practice in Khura'in. But I must admit, I misspoke earlier. Allow me to amend my statement. I had said the defense's reasoning had a putrid cheese-like smell, but I now realized the stench was from his own putrid body on the verge of death.
Now I'm a rotting zombie. Like, I'm a T-virus zombie. Think, who could have killed Zealot the day before the rite?
Who knew about the rebel hideout and could gain access to the inner sanctum? Only those involved with the rite can enter the sanctum, so... Wait a second. Only a rebel would have known about the secret hideout. And the only person who was involved with the rite had access to the sanctum. And was suspected of being a rebel is...
Ah! Oh! It's, him. Trust in me. Really, the priest himself.
Did somebody come to mind? Yes. Except there's one huge problem. A huge problem? What are you two going on about? Plotting your escape from this sacred hall? I would not put it past you, considering you have no means to raise further objection. If I don't do something, prosecutor said Marty will have this one in the bag. I'll just have to bluff my way out of this, regardless of that huge problem. Your Majesty, I believe there is another suspect in Pure Zealot's murder. Even the most benevolent Holy Mother would not forgive such a desperate lie. After all, you know very well that such a person does not exist. No, there is one person who knew everything.
Does such a figure truly exist? Well, tell us, who might that be?
I believe the prime suspect in Acolyte Zealot's murder is... Trust in me. It had to be someone allowed to enter the sanctum and who knew of the hideout. And that would be the High Priest. He could have committed the crime if it occurred the day before the rite. You would pin a crime upon the dead, knowing very well they tell no tales. Yes, they do, though. Have you no shame? Dead men tell no tales. That is definitely a problem.
No, it's not. Phoenix! Come on! Hey, I'm making the slapping. Phoenix, you know this.
If only the High Priest could tell his side of the story. If only! Wow, I wish we had a spirit medium who could channel him somewhere. What? Do I have something on my face?
Wait a second.
Could this actually work? Oh no. Don't tell me I have some of my breakfast caught between my teeth. No. If there's even the slightest possibility, I'll have to go with it.
Your Majesty, dead men do tell tales. Therefore, I would like to request the High Priest's testimony. His testimony? And just how do you propose we get the deceased to testify?
There's a way for the dead to testify. It's known as channeling. Summon him here by means of spirit channeling.
What did you just say?
Spirit channeling? Has this lawyer finally gone insane? This is sacrilege.
May the Holy Mother strike him down. Peace! I'm frankly astonished you even know of such a thing. But spirit channeling is a secret art that only Her Eminence Queen Garon can perform. And Her Eminence is far too busy with other duties to perform it at our pleasure.
I suspected as much. And that means our only hope is... It's okay, Nick. You can tell them. But Maya, I thought you wanted to keep it a secret here in Kurine. Don't worry, it's not like it's against the law or violates some religious precepts, so I don't think we'll be punished. At least, I hope not.
But this is a crucial period for you. It'll decide whether you become Master of Kurine.
We don't have any other choice now, do we? If I'm found guilty, it'll be a lot worse than not becoming Master of Kurine. Alright, thanks, Maya. Actually, there is someone here who is capable of channeling spirits. But even Her Benevolence Princess Rafa finds the divination seance to be channeling. Or challenging, who could possibly have greater spiritual power than she, aside from the queen?
That would be me. Is this some sort of a joke? A foreigner could not possibly have such power. Even the royal priestess isn't capable of such a feat. Peace! Peace, I say! Is this true? Is the accused capable of performing the secret art of spirit channeling?
Well, yes. Yes, I can. Now, Your Majesty, we'd like your permission to begin.
Oh-ho!
Your benevolence. This is an outrage. An outrage, I say. First you make a mockery of the divination seance, and now spirit channeling.
Her benevolence speaks the truth. Spirit channeling is a sacred rite. Foreign devils! I say they should be put to death immediately!
Is that, Karine J. Jonah again?
That lawyer is a menace!
Still your voices. Barbed head, spirit channeling is the most sacred and secret of arts. Are you prepared to face the consequences of what you propose?
Yes, I am. Your benevolence, are you saying you approve of their use of spirit channeling?
I will judge whether their claim is true. If this is but another of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot.
Very well, then. Your benevolence, what if the accused accidentally calls forth an evil spirit?
Do you truly believe this foreigner is capable of channeling spirits?
No. But I wanted to be sure, as I am responsible for the safety of all present.
Well, an inexperienced practitioner could inadvertently call forth a dangerous spirit. But do not fear, for I have a Magatama of parting. With it, I can send spirits back to the Twilight Realm by halting the flow of spiritual power.
That is a relief indeed.
We've also proved you can exercise a spirit by owning it with facts and logic. These foreigners have thrown down the gauntlet. Let us not shirk from their challenge. We must prove them guilty and deliver their last rites. Do I make myself clear, Prosecutor Sadmati? Perfectly, Your Benevolence.
Very well. The accused may channel the High Priest's spirit. But first we must take a short recess to prepare. We will resume as soon as the preparations are complete. Until then, this court is adjourned.
Woo, that was intense. But I love it. That was quite a few turnabouts, I might even say. Save progress. All right, well, we are near the end of our time for tonight, and I think that's a good place to stop it. Thank you to all who came to watch and enjoy as we are figuring out the rite of turnabout. And I'm thinking next Saturday, we will likely be finishing up this case and getting into the next case, which I think, judging by the little preview image, is going to go back to Apollo and Athena. And I think, if I remember right, Mr. Blackquill, the prosecutor from the previous game, is going to be featured in that as well. I wonder, is he going to be the prosecutor again? That would be kind of interesting, because Nayuta flew back to Karine. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, thanks for coming, and we will see you next time.